your Warrior Elemental Holy Paladin versus Boomkin Ellie Holy Priest. Didn't know when and didn't notice alter times. I would pretty much go for a drink as soon as your full team's topped. They don't have Zwen or Incarn, and they're on stun DR, they're on poly DR. It's like the perfect time to go for a drink, like when you don't have an offensive go available. And also the mage has alter time, your shaman has wall, Battlemaster trinket, that sort of thing. That's when I would go for a drink, honestly. Just things to look out for. So this one again, um, I would play Unbreakable Spirit here instead of Cavalier. I really don't like Cavalier this season. I think Unbreakable Spirit's pretty insane for the short bubble cooldown. Because games go so long, you'll get an extra bubble in when maybe you wouldn't have one, in the course of a game. Honor talents are okay here. Cleanse the Weak versus Ellie Shaman, absolutely correct. Um, Especially when he goes for Echoing Shock, you're going to try and Dispel, right? It's really good. Uh, the flex choice here would be Ultimate Sack or Light's Grace. Light's Grace gives you efficiency because you're not going to out-mana this team, especially the Holy Priest. You can out-mana them, but your team has to play really well, like stopping their pressure and stuff. But you're gonna have to go for a lot of drinks this game. At least that's what I would do. I would go for a lot of drinks because if you make it the dampening, the Holy Priest struggles with dampening. Honestly, healing wise, like you make it the dampening, your warrior is just gonna out pressure them, and the priest won't be able to heal through it. But I think the talents are okay here. The honor talents at least. And the other thing I would do is I would play Short Hodge here. And the reason I would play Short Hodge is because in this type of matchup, especially in the Grand Arena, I don't ever see you getting a blind on this priest. If you're near this priest, not getting crowd control and not dying, you're gonna win this game. Like you don't need blind. If you're able to get a blind on this priest, the other team's really messing up. So I would play Short Hodge and look to Short Hodge the DPS if they ever overextend. That's what I would do. And what your warrior can do, like let's say I'm playing this matchup, I'm in voice comms or whatever. I would tell my warrior that he's stormbolting the healer, and then I can hodge the DPS because he has a 30-yard range stun, and my stun is 10 yards, and I'm gonna be playing back, right? So I'm gonna use my hodge on the DPS. The warrior is gonna stormbolt the healer. That's what I would do. Hey, Code, I'm just doing a VOD review right now. Oh, and the main kill targets here, they're probably going to want to kill your warrior since it's double wizard into warrior. And honestly, what I would do here is go for the closest wizard. So I would try and kill the closest wizard here and kind of go for a dampening game because there isn't really a way for you to rush down this other team. Ellie Boomkin's really tanky with the Holy Priest. Spell Flame Shock on cooldown, that's great. Boomkin whiffs his beam, you'll love to see it. So positioning's good, kind of hanging back. There isn't really a reason to push in this sort of matchup. The risk reward isn't very good for you as a paladin, so we're kind of just gonna hang out and heal in the back line. Fine tool in their burst, that's fine. So kind of hanging out, spelling flame shocks. You love to see it. See, your warrior pushing up there on the boomkin, especially on his incarn, just pulls you out of position, right? So he should be hitting the closest wizard, which he ends up doing kind of late-ish. That's okay. So I would be, as soon as you top your team after this incarn, I would be looking to drink. So let's see if you end up doing that. Here, honestly, I would just go for a drink because your shaman's healing surging behind the pillar, and he should be able to top himself. So instead of going for that holy light there, I would have maybe tried to sneak a drink, but Warrior's kind of just going in, no D stance. So gotta go heal him. Full root beam. We just set this. You're not really in trouble. They don't have burst up. Could have maybe freed him the end of that beam, but that's okay. Warrior came back and intervened. You'll notice that you're losing on mana immediately, so you're gonna drink. Very good. I like this. He earthbinds you, but honestly, sit down again. Good. I would just let your DPS die here. I would just go for a full drink. But that's just me. Mana is super important in this matchup. Without mana, you're definitely gonna lose this matchup. See, I didn't like what you did there. I think you turned around and Crusader strike the Earthbind totem. Let me see that again. Let me see if I saw that properly. Oh, it faded. Okay. Yeah, you don't wanna waste mana Crusader striking totems. By the way, you always want to auto attack them unless it's a cap totem. Because a cap totem, you actually have to kill it before your auto attack goes off. Oh, I was scared when you wanted to drink. Felt like they were dying all the time. Yeah, so right here would be a moment where I would drink. I'd go for Flame Shock Dispel and just go drink right now. Good. So you go for it, right? Boomkin's coming to stop you. This is where your DPS need to swap to the Boomkin. Honestly, like your warrior, look how pushed out he is. Like I would have gone for a full drink there, honestly. That was your opportunity. Your warrior has parry, right? Shaman has wall. So try and keep that in mind. That would have been a really good chance to drink. You go for it here, but look where the shaman is. He's just gonna earthbind you. So you keep trying to sit down and earthbind, and then we target it, judgment it. Yeah. So don't do that. So what I would do there, you saw where the earthbind was placed? I would walk to the right of the pillar a little bit and just sit down for a drink again. Because earthbind doesn't put you in combat, it just stands you up if you're in its range. So honestly, I would just readjust position behind the pillar away from earthbind and just go for the drink again. That's what I would do. So something you're gonna notice is that you're beating the priest in mana. You do have a mortal strike on your team on the warrior, right? So you can win this game on mana. You just have to keep going for drinks and play very defensively, because it's way easier for their priest to get a drink than it is for you to get one. And that's because when they're druid incarns, it's kind of push you guys defensive. I like that drink that you went for. Honestly, I would have went for more there since he had a wall available, but I don't really mind that you stood up there because you're not in voice. Like you're not really coordinating, when to wall, when to drink, that sort of thing. So I don't really mind that at all. Warrior parries on Boomkin Incarn. It's a good trade. Playing a bit defensive on the pillar during his Incarn. That's good. So I haven't really seen anything cannies, honestly, that's like, oh man, you should have done this. Okay, that would have maybe been something. So during his Incarn, you kind of sit behind the pillar there and go for a Holy Light on yourself. What I would do here is I would swap Beacon to myself and stand in line of sight of your warrior, and then go for a Holy Light on your warrior, and then you get the splash healing on yourself, right? You don't have to waste time healing yourself up. So you end up having to sack here. That's okay. You've managed to survive Incarn, but here's where the priest, like I said, is going to go for a drink. That was Druid Incarn. Priest is probably going to drink the full across the map. So that's why you have to keep drinking as the paladin, because your opportunities to drink are way less than his. So you got Earthbinded there. That's where I would move to the right side of the pillar and try and drink away from the Earthbind. You see how you keep trying to drink in the Earthbind radius? If you step like maybe 3 yards away from the Earthbind totem, you'd actually be able to sit and drink the full there.